you because something came up, and I'm a little quieter because there's someone sleeping in another room. But anyways, another thing that I had just a little bit of trouble with is, again, I don't remember mission names. When John and Arthur steal the sheep and bring them back to Valentine to sell, then they get attacked by Leviticus Cornwall's people. Anyways, when we begin the mission, you know, you're leading your horse and walking with John. There's nothing in the road. But when we come back, all of a sudden there's stuff in the road. That's a dead giveaway that something's going to happen. A retarded 2-year-old can figure it out. I mean, they need to design their towns to make it a little less conspicuous, so you don't have to suddenly throw all that stuff out there. Same thing in roads. Well, Sean died, you know, there was nothing in the road. There were no fruit stands, for example, in front of the store, but now all of a sudden there are. That don't make sense to me. Some of the dialogue, I think, should be changed. And I'm not talking about the foul language. I know a lot of people don't like it, and I don't either, but I've learned to deal with it. I just ignore it. For example, when Bill or Marion says, "I'll get my guns off my horse and then I'm ready." Really? No! You're gonna get your guns off your horse to face a heavily armed gang? Oh, well, geez, who'd have thunk it? I mean, that was a dumb thing to say. And when John says, "Most cowboys are as dumb as trees," let me tell you something. I know real cowboys. They're smarter than the majority of city slickers, that I know. Most city slickers, sure, they may be book smart, but if something happened, you know, they wouldn't be able to hunt. They wouldn't be able to survive. They can't just call out for pizza, so they'll sit there and be hungry. I don't think cowboys were running around talking about the fall of the Roman Empire, okay? So being book smart, sure, that's a good thing, but sometimes being book smart ain't going to help you live. It's not going to help you survive. And that's more important than knowing Einstein's theory of relativity. You know, pretty ridiculous, some of these things. And by the way, people in rodeos, those ain't cowboys. Real cowboys don't have time for that foolishness. That's an abusive sport, all of it. Those animals are abused. And there's no riding skill. They're just bouncing around on these horses, spurring the hell out of them, yanking their faces with bits. And then they got these tight tie-downs. Some people would say it's a martingale, but it's meant to hold the horse's head down so that it can't fight the bit. And that way you can put more pain on the bit. So, no, folks in rodeos are not real cowboys. I'm talking real cowboys who still use horses to round up their animals. They're smarter than 90% of city slickers I know out there. Again, I don't like the last name crap. Just people calling each other by their last name. And in fact, I would even pay for download content if they got these actors back to re-record some of the dialogue. I would actually pay for that. But I just wanted to add a couple more things. I did have a couple of other things on mind, but some of the things Arthur wrote in his journal, it did kind of show that so little research is done into the religious aspect. Now, I'm not trying to push religion on anyone, okay? But when Arthur writes in his journal that he does not deserve salvation, well, if you did actual research into Christianity, we would tell you that no one deserves it. That's why we sing Amazing Grace. No one deserves it. It's amazing grace that God does it for us. 1 minute.